What's good, Council of Comics? We're doing House of the Dragon. Not episodes, whole seasons. We ain't got time for that. We're gonna do season 1. Ready? Let's go!
Bro.
Alright.
A lot more family fucking. There's a lot of family.
Yeah, so incest and rape are rampant in this series. Mostly incest, but a little bit of rape, just to make sure.
We're
you don't
just
lose track.
describing algorithm. Don't get mad.
Oh my god, that means we basically can't say anything else.
Yeah.
I probably just used it all up.
Yeah. So, House of the Dragon takes place 175 years before Daenerys Targaryen, the mother of dragons.
Yeah, and we get to see just how crazy the whole family is in advance.
Yes. So, the king is King Viserys.
Yes, the good king.
The good king. The peace king.
A peaceful king. And
Peaceful
he really
king.
does try to be peaceful.
Yeah. He gets voted in by a council because the king before him died. He had no heirs, right?
Right.
He had no heirs. So they voted in the council and he beat Princess
Daenerys?
Rhaenyra.
Hold on.
He beat Rhaenyra.
No, because Rhaenyra is his daughter, isn't it?
No, that's Rhaenyra.
All right, Rhaenyra is his sister, so
Yeah.
he beats her.
He beats her. So she's denied the chance to be the first queen of the kingdom. And Viserys, they follow tradition. He becomes king. He has a wife. His first child and the wife die in childbirth. The first son.
First son, yes.
First son. He has a daughter before that, which is Rhaenyra.
And Rhaenyra's best friend is Alicent Hightower.
Alicent Hightower is her best friend. And the basis of it is, in the beginning, is that he doesn't think he's going to have a son. He needs to name an heir. So he names his daughter Rhaenyra the heir to be the king.
Yes.
Which goes against all traditions, blah, blah, blah. And then they put him with some sick propositions. They try to marry him to like a 12-year-old girl and all this other stuff. And even himself, he admits that it's pretty sick what they're doing.
It's like, this is a bit much. But of course, all they're thinking is like, look, young and childbearing. That's really great. Yeah. And he's like...
And the girl is part of House Valerian,
yeah.
which is one of the houses, which is the oldest house.
Right. And with the house that his sister married into.
Yes.
And by the way, love her because she's all the things in this show that I feel she's a character that I feel we need to look through her eyes. Mm-hmm. So thing number one, she does love her brother, and she has pushed past the resentment of losing that throne.
Yeah,
like I really like that. I dig that she's about family.
Yeah. So they the king decides that he has to pick a wife. So instead of picking the daughter of the Valerian house, he picks Alicent Hightower to be his wife, and he's to bed her when she becomes of age.
Right, which she almost is.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they have a time jump. Well, let's talk about Daemon first. His family's introduced.
Daemon is his brother. I was going to say, that's a major introduction.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Daemon is his brother, and he's actually the next in line to be the heir to the king because he has no sons. And this is before he names Rhaenyra. But he doesn't want to name Daemon the heir.
Right. And his son the son he almost had was only lived 4 hours.
Yeah.
And Daemon said some shit right after that.
Yeah. They have a little skirmish that's going on in the Stepstones, which is this area.
Yep.
And
we also see that that Daemon and his niece are into each other. So keep your eyes on that, guys.
So the old stuff from the old Game of Thrones, where they tell you that the Targaryens used to love marrying within their stuff. That's that's already started in the beginning. Daemon is how do you say?
Incest is best guy?
Manipulating her?
No, he's grooming her.
He's grooming her. He manipulates her. He messes with her mind.
People love him so much for his Doctor Who, and that's so beautiful and wholesome. And then this character is not those things.
Yeah. And then the king finds out about it,
And he's grossed out.
and he's grossed out.
And
Gets
he's
in
like,
trouble.
go marry this woman.
Damon goes off and marries another woman. Has 3 daughters.
No, that's the second wife. The first wife, he finds her out and about and hits her with the divorce rock.
Yes, he kills his first wife. Forgot
With a
about
rock.
that.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you forgot, because it's so quick. I call it the divorce rock.
Yeah, and then he marries the daughter of the Valerian king,
Yes.
and he has 2 daughters with her, and then she's gonna have a 3rd son, but she's gonna die in childbirth, which mirrors
Just like his...
just like Viserys' wife dies in the beginning. He's put with the choice, but the twist is that the wife was like, no, I'm not gonna die, and the kid's not gonna die. She goes before her dragon, who
the most powerful of dragons.
he's the oldest dragon. He's from the old land of Valeria. Aegon the Conqueror rode him, and she goes before him and tells him basically to burn her.
Yep.
And he's kind of reluctant.
Right,
at
she
first.
just keeps screaming,
Yeah.
Dracarys, until
Yeah.
finally he does
And
it.
he's like, all right, fine. And kills her and the child inside.
And he actually Damon actually seems sad about it.
He seemed very sad about it because he then goes off, right?
Yeah.
He like goes off to, where is it? It starts with a P.
Oh, I can't remember.
So it's a city where, you can spend your money, you can chill, relax, get
Just,
away.
be a whore.
And he stays away from the kingdom.
Yeah.
And they have a time jump. In the time jump, Alicent's all grown up now. She's got 2 kids.
Right. One of them being Aragon. No, and
Aegon.
No,
Aegon the second.
Yes.
And what's the other kid's name?
Aegon the second. Aemon.
And Aemon.
I'm so glad I got my phone ready. I'm like, I can't remember all these names.
Rhaenyra is continuing her little promiscuous ways, in my opinion, and she's older and she's fooling around with the Kingsguard because she fooled around with the first Kingsguard. Right now, she has a couple kids with this Kingsguard, and everybody knows about it.
Wait, because we're skipping too much. Because she was betrothed to Lenore Valerian, who we all find out right away is gay and has a lover. His lover talks to her Kingsguard about it, and that dude's having none of it. So he beats the living crap out of him in the most bloody, gory, and offensive murder of a gay I have ever seen. If you don't know what bury your gays is, go Google that and then come back here. All right? So that was disgusting. And then at midnight, she is married to Lenore, and then her father falls over right at the wedding. Right? As soon as they say I do, he just collapses because of his sickness.
Yeah.
He's got consumption, and let me tell you, that just keeps riding out to the end of the season. So now she's got kids, but they're by the Kingsguard. Everyone makes fun because they're like, yeah, we know that homo isn't the father of
Plus
your
the
kids.
kids don't have white hair.
The kids have no white hair.
Yeah.
The kids have no brown skin. They do not look like their dad at all.
Yeah.
They look like the other dad.
Yeah.
And then... but in the meantime, her sister's kids are older now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're the rumors keep persisting, keep causing problems about her bastard children. And it's what's her name's funeral where things get really out of hand.
Whose funeral?
Baella's funeral, the wife of
the
Daemon.
wife of Daemon. Yeah.
Because now the kids are kind of grown. They're there for her funeral, and what is it? Is it Aemon who
Gets his eye cut out?
Gets his eye cut out because he rides the dragon? So he takes what's her name's dragon.
He takes the dragon of the wife of Daemon.
Yeah, and claims it as his own.
Claims
This
it as
big,
his own.
powerful dragon.
Yeah. So one of Rhaenyra's sons gets mad at that
Yep.
and ends up stabbing Aemon.
Well, no, it's a whole fight. All the kids get into a fight. But one of the
Aemon
kids
gets the worst of it.
grabs Aemon's knife, by the way. It's Aemon's knife, and stabs him with it. So then...
Wait.
Then homegirl...
Then there's a flash forward.
No, still no flash forward. That same night that we're fighting. Because, all right, so Alicent that night is like, I want his eye. Give me his eye. Give me the eye of one of your children. And they're like, whoa. We have the dragon. The dragon's worth more than the eye.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course, the king, who always wants everything to be peaceful, is like, no. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is already after the time jump. Because what's her name dying is after the time jump. There's not a very big time jump.
There's another time jump. because the kids they grow up a little more.
Just a little bit.
It's a little time jump, but it's a time jump.
All the other time jumps are much more massive than this time jump.
Yeah.
So then, God, there's so many things going wrong here.
Yeah.
So then, of course, Daemon wants Rhaenyra, right? Rhaenyra to be his wife, right? She's got her homosexual escapade husband Rhaenyra. Oh, that was great. They're leaving because she's like, I can't trust living here. We can't be here. We have to leave the Valyrian Estates. We're going to go to wherever the hell they went, right?
Dragonstone.
We're going to Dragonstone. And she's like, grab your boyfriend. We need the extra sword. I loved it. That's the best wife ever. Pack your boyfriend. We're going.
But then Daemon
comes up with a plan.
And what they do is they fool everybody. They act like Rhaenyra's husband is having a lover's quarrel with his lover, and they make it look like the lover put him in the fire
and murdered him.
And then he died as well in the fight. And then we come to realize that was just a fake body of somebody that they had killed before or something like that. And those two escape off. So Daemon's plan was like, we'll make it look like you're dead, and then you can escape off the Patmos or something like that.
I don't think Daemon's plan was we'll make it look like you're dead. I think Rhaenyra's plan was you make it look like you're dead and get out of here.
Like he was like, let's just kill them.
Right. He was all about let's just kill them. Like, and she was just like, no, I actually like you, and like go live your best gay life.
Yeah. So
Which made me happy that one gay couple in all of Game of Thrones could have a happy ending.
So Daemon and Rhaenyra get married. The door is open for them. They get together. Now
everyone's disgusted.
Right.
Except for, I think his kids are okay with it.
Now we move into the final piece
because now they're worried about
is dying.
Yes.
So the king is dying. And one of the most epic scenes, like Rhaenyra's been pleading with him because they don't want to let her be the heir, and they're kind of moving in on her.
Actually, the first fight in the era of the king dying is about her son getting storm.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Right, and that's pretty big.
But now she's like pleading with him because he's dying. Like, I need you to step up for me. Like, do something for me. And you think the king doesn't hear her because he's like in another world because of the consumption and everything. But then an epic scene where he
comes to the court.
They have the doors open. They're bringing him, and he walks with the cane. Like,
but
he's in pain.
That's still about her son. That's still the declaration of her son, because the son's uncle is like their bastard children, and then that uncle gets killed.
But he makes it clear that Rhaenyra is the heir.
Yeah.
And it's not changing for anything.
Yeah.
And I thought it was epic.
I mean, it's an epic time.
Thing. So that happens. The king dies.
Yep.
So what happens is Alicent,
when he's dying,
his wife comes to him.
Right, he thinks he's talking to his daughter.
The one thing we've left out is that the king, remember the Song of Ice and Fire?
He dreamed it.
We find out that the Song of Ice and Fire is a prophecy that's been passed down from king to king, and it's only been known amongst the kings. And he passes that down to Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra is the only one that knows it. So when he's about to die, Alicent is at his bed. So I guess he's got dementia, something's going on.
Well, the consumption. He doesn't know where,
and he thinks that it's Rhaenyra at his bed, and he's telling her, you're the one. You're the one that's going to bring the realm together against the great evil of the North. And Alicent thinks he's talking about the two kids that he's had.
Right. He's like, well, I'm the mother of the kids. Like,
yeah.
So, I guess. By the way, she's fascinating. She's not entirely evil.
Right.
Like, she lets evil things happen, but she's not like, oh, well, I'm the one holding the knife. She's like, oh, God, like, I wanted you to fix this. I didn't want you to kill everybody.
Right. So...
She's interesting. She's passive evil. Because I kind of like her.
So the king dies with his last breath. And then they have the meeting the next day. And the team at the table has already planned that they're putting...
her kid.
Aegon II in, and they're not going to let Rhaenyra be that. And the one dude that was on Viserys' side stood up, which is classic, and he's like, this is treason. He's like, that man would have never changed his mind. I know him too well. And the Knights Guard that now protects the queen goes up to him.
Same a-hole who's the gay murderer.
And just grabs him. I don't know if he meant to kill him.
Oh, come on.
But he grabs him, throws him down, he's dead. So the last voice that's standing up for Viserys and believes in him is dead. So now they're saying, okay, we can't let Rhaenyra live. We got to make sure we got to do something. She's got to bow. She's got to bow the knee. Something. Aegon. And she's like, well, I'm not going to kill her. We got to figure this out. Blah blah blah.
There is a piece of her. That's like, we were friends.
We were friends.
Right?
She's not trying to go the route.
And she actually did love her husband. At no point did she try to kill him.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So Alicent actually is like, Alicent, she's so complicated. She does not go seeking bloodshed.
Yeah.
Right? It's interesting.
What's
But everyone
interesting
around her, no problem.
Because Aegon goes missing. And they have to find him. And now it's a race between Alicent's father, Hightower, the Hand, and his daughter, Alicent. Because if Hightower's father finds him, he's going to tell Aegon, you got to kill Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
And you have to end that line. But if Alicent finds him, she knows she can convince him to let Rhaenyra live. So it's pretty interesting. They find him. Alicent's the one that ends up getting him. And so she says, we're not going to kill Rhaenyra. But Rhaenys...
Yep.
As they're going to the procession, they're making Aegon the king in front of all the people.
Rhaenys owns the second most powerful dragon.
She sneaks off. She manages to escape because they lock her in her room when she's there because they don't want her to escape. So they don't want Rhaenyra knowing. They don't want any. They're doing this quick. She manages to escape. And an epic scene brings her dragon from underneath and can fry them all, but chooses not to because in the next episode she says, "It's not my place to start the war."
Yes. And I'm a mother too.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was deep. Like there was like a lot of conflict in there. But she came right back home and she told them all what it was. Also, when the last time they actually have a family talk, she doesn't forgive Rhaenyra is the girl, right? Is the younger one, right? Or Rhaenyra is the younger one.
Yeah.
All right. She doesn't.
No. Alicent's the younger one.
No. Of her family, of the Valerian family.
Yes.
Yeah, right? So she tells her, like, my son is dead. It's all on you. You just want to go and marry your uncle. And she's just like, I really did love your son. We genuinely try to have a natural heir. It just, neither one of us were feeling it.
Yeah.
And I understand why you wouldn't want to believe me, but I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she's
kind of supporting her now, though.
Right. She's kind of supporting her now. But is it because she's like, you know what? No matter what, you've still been a good mom to my granddaughters.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the point is, there is
she
support there.
She feels
loyalty.
she was cheated out of the queendom.
Yes.
And now they're gonna do it to Rhaenyra.
Yes.
So she's like, nah, I can't let it happen twice.
Right. But she is. It's interesting. Like some of these characters are a bit gray.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe that makes.
I'm sure she has ulterior motives.
Right.
I'm sure she has ulterior motives. So she goes back to Dragonstone. She tells them, Daemon's like, they're trying
war
to
panel.
They're trying to take you. They took your birthright. This is war. We gotta go. She's on the calm side. She's the only one, as they say, amongst all the men. Rhaenyra says, as she's trying to convince her husband, who's not getting better because he was sick, that we have to support her because she's.
Oh yeah, he was thought to be dead. Yeah. That was a whole other thing.
Yeah, she's the only woman amongst all these men that's calm and keeping the realm from going into chaos. And she's like, we have to support her. And he agrees. He's like, I'm sorry I went through everything before. Let's help her. Blah blah blah. So they make the little war council. They make her queen, in their own right. One of the Night Guard.
The episode is called The Black Queen. Yeah. I love it.
So she sends her 2 sons
as messengers on 2 dragons to 2 spots. She's like, it's better. The sons actually say it's probably better for us to go. Blah blah. She's a little hesitant. She's like, all right, you're becoming especially
warriors.
The youngest son.
Yes. So the one son goes off. What was he was going to
one of the good rulers.
One of the good rulers. We don't see that, but we see the younger one.
No, the younger one's going to a good ruler. Because she says, don't worry, he's a good man, he's a fair man.
Right, he's a fair man.
And he is fair, which is nice.
So he shows up, and it's raining, and when his dragon lands, he sees the dragon of dragons, Aemon's dragon,
hanging out in the background.
Hanging in the parking lot. And he's like, okay. So he comes, you give credit. He's coming by himself. He goes before the Baratheon king, right? And he's like, my mother wishes for your support, blah, blah, blah. And he looks to the left, and who's there But the man that he stabbed his eye out, Aemon,
Yep.
and he's already come with a deal before him. And the Baratheon guy was like, "You're too late.
And you have no deal.
You
What
brought
do
no
nothing,
deal.
Yeah, nothing to offer.
He's offered marriage. We're gonna link these two houses. Get out of here, kid." But then Aemon, peacefully,
Yeah.
but a little snarky. You know what I mean? He's not. He's just like, "Get out of here. You're insulting me." But Aemon wants to play around and bully the son because of his eye. He shows his eye. It's got like a little sapphire in there that's crazy. And he's like, "I'm not gonna fight you." And the king is like, "This isn't gonna happen here.
Not here. Not in my
roof,
court. Yes.
Blah blah." So he gets it. So the kid knows, I gotta get on my dragon. I gotta get the heck out of here. He leaves. Aemon gets on his dragon, and they have like a bully session going through the clouds. And you give the kid credit, man, because this young kid's got a little small dragon compared to like Aemon's big dragon. And he's like evading. He gets up through the clouds. He even hides at one point.
They go through the mountain slits.
Yeah, he hides at one point and comes out and attacks him with the fire. But
now,
Aemon
did he mean to actually attack? He did.
He did.
That was not a good
kid
idea.
and he's scared and he thinks, he wants to live up for his name.
This was not a good idea.
And even Aemon knows this is bad. That's when you realize that Aemon's only trying to bully this kid.
Right, because Aemon keeps begging the dragon to obey him.
Yeah, he
keeps
stop,
giving
stop,
him the
obey
commands to obey me. Yeah.
And then the kid thinks he makes it out. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the big dragon comes and one gallop kills the kid, kills the dragon. Aemon has the dumbest look on his face, like, "Oh man,
like I caused this war.
This is messed up."
Yeah.
The news gets back to Daemon. He goes to Rhaenyra, tells her the story. There's no words.
And she makes the face.
She makes the face. She
yeah,
turns
and
around.
the face. It's what's her name's face from Game of Thrones. Their descendant.
Daenerys.
Yes, it's Daenerys' face.
Yeah.
It's that face. It's the face.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no.
And you know it's coming. And that's the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. In
good.
my opinion, this season 1 was better than season 1 of Game of Thrones.
That is not fair.
In my opinion.
I know that is true, but it's
opinion.
not fair because this show got to start with a much bigger budget.
It's true.
So,
It's true.
So it knowing that this one had a gigantic budget, it's apples to oranges.
Sure.
There are pros and cons. In their season 1, you got to spend lots of time getting to know all of the characters.
Yeah.
In this one, we spent a lot of time with some central characters, and they were time jumped, so it was like multiple actors and actresses playing the same characters. That did not throw me off. Some people out there, some critics have complained that threw them off. That didn't throw me off, but I did feel like my immersion was stronger in the old series. Of course, the old series fell apart for me. This was a very good, very strong start to the series.
Yeah, I loved it. 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh my god, this is my 7.5.
That's your 7.5. 10 out of 10 for me. Love it.
Don't go burying your gaze all the time, and we can get higher ratings.
Clip the algorithm. They don't like that on the algorithm.
Listen. I saved it for the end.
Thank you guys for watching. This is our season 1 House of the Dragon review.
And remember, if you want romantic fantasy, go watch Rings of Power.
We'll see you, I don't know, 2024 for season 2
of one of these shows.
Yeah. But remember, hit the like, subscribe button. Check out all our other videos, our reviews, and all the Star Wars stuff and all the Rings of Power. We got the whole playlist of Rings of Power. Get in there and find out what it's all about. So, for Cliff, myself, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we'll see you next time. Peace. Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845.